Booking agents are people who specialize in booking live shows. It's their job to convince venues that an artist can sell tickets and to nail down performance agreements where everybody understands what is expected of the artist during the concert. At first, a musician might book themselves into clubs. You can actually pick up the phone and call different small clubs in your town and ask if you can play there. A lot of people get their start this way. Also, a lot of managers can do that at first for their artists. I know a musician who actually used to pretend to be his own manager, and he would use a different voice and call up clubs and say, "I'm so-and-so's manager," and then roll into the club later once he'd gotten the booking, and pretend the whole time that I think he had a name for him and everything. Totally fake, but it worked. Eventually, touring musicians need help with scheduling and nailing down these performance agreements, and that's when a booking agent comes in. When a tour is being booked, the agent will coordinate details sometimes months in advance. You can imagine that logistics in planning out a tour, particularly one that lasts more than a week or so, can be very detailed. There are different kinds of booking agencies, too. Smaller agencies sometimes specialize in specific genres. There may be people who have great relationships among indie musicians and the kinds of venues that like to book indie musicians. Some agencies specialize in cover bands, and they might book more so on the wedding and party circuit, corporate events and that kind of thing. Some other kinds of smaller agencies have expertise in certain types of venues. For example, the house concert thing has become really big recently, and some agencies know how to book typically singer-songwriters and more acoustic kinds of shows into house concerts. Larger booking agencies typically represent clients that are signed to major record labels. They draw large crowds. They're sort of a bigger deal in terms of the amount of business that they can do. They have rosters of artists who might appear on package tours together at these larger agencies, and their relationships with concert promoters help to get their artists into the most desirable venues. These are agencies that can book people into arenas and amphitheaters and stadiums and festivals and larger types of venues. The largest agencies also may represent athletes, actors, and other celebrities. This is an area where booking agents and talent agencies overlap a little bit, and you can imagine the relationships that develop between sports agencies and musicians and actors, and can help with things like sponsorships and that sort of thing too.